We got to get this rolling. Is it 1, 2? Still got an echo? Still echo. Still echo. Oh no, Jackie. All right, y'all. Let me know, please. Is there an echo still there? Stephanie says she did her this space conjunction modulator, and no more echo.
Ah,
Where you are, where you're from, so I know who's here with us today. Stephanie, you're in North Carolina. I think
yes, I am.
Stephanie.
I'm in the Charlotte area of North Carolina.
Yes, so this can be done. Steph, for people that want to get involved with mobile homes, who is this ideally for?
I'm going to be honest with you. It's ideal for anyone. You can be a new investor like I was with no experience,
Uh-huh.
not a clue what I was doing. You can get started in this. You can get started in this if you are an experienced investor, such as yourself, Chris, that does, single family houses, multiple, apartments.
Mhm.
If you were into other type of retail space, you can get into mobile home investing and mobile home park investing. The great thing about this is that, like we said, you can start without a large budget. You literally can start with $0 if you wanted to. $0. And I can
Yeah.
show you how to get started with $0. I just did it. I just got 2 mobile homes for $0 and I made
Get out of here.
$12,000 from actually $11,000 from those $0 mobile homes that I was able to acquire. And I
We'll
know
get
you're
to
going
the
to say, "Well, you know what you're doing." No, I mean I do know what I'm doing, but I can show you how to do it as well for $0.
we're gonna get to those case studies, Stephanie, if you don't mind showing some pictures in a minute. But
Oh yeah.
I had a friend of mine ask me in fact, I had Damon
Hmm.
Dash. Damon Dash was in my house yesterday. He asked me
Oh,
about, yeah, dude. I mean, he was in my house.
that's cool.
I did an interview with him, so
Nice.
I'll show you a picture. While you get your pictures, I'll put my pictures up. I'll show you.
Right.
I'm geeking. But he was asking me about these smaller houses because obviously he's from an extravagant background
Hmm.
and he's curious about his investing and stuff. He's like, man, I want to get into smaller houses and stuff. So I want to ask you, affordable housing. I just feel like that is just in such a demand right now.
Yes.
Crazy. Coast to
Yes.
coast. So the mobile homes fall into that category?
Yes, they do. The thing is that they are pretty much resistant to these ups and downs of the rent payments being so large, and people not being able to afford a place to live.
Mhm.
I mean, if you think about it, there's so many aspects to mobile homes and mobile home investing. There's, and I see some people making comments about it. There's investing where with mobile homes where you don't own the homes at all, you just own the land underneath the home. There's rent to own options. So if you don't want to be a landlord forever, or you don't want to be a landlord doing, toilets and things like that, you can invest in mobile homes and have that
That's
angle.
me. That's me.
Yeah, you can have another angle, which is like I just said, you can start with zero money, and be able to invest in mobile homes and make money. So there's just so many different aspects to it. But it definitely is, great for low income housing and good low income housing, not slum low income housing. I
And
think a
then
lot of
break that
people think
down.
of
What do you
mobile.
mean by that?
Well, some people see mobile homes and they think, oh, well, there's drugs and crime and the lowest of the low live there because they don't have any other options. That is not true. There are mobile homes that are beautiful, beautiful inside and out. Mobile home parks that may look rough when you drive through it because the homes are older,
Mhm.
but those homes are very well taken care of. They get rehabbed. The rehab cost is a lot cheaper than single family houses because less square footage. And the
Mm,
materials used in the homes are not as expensive because
mm,
we're not talking granite countertops and things like that.
mhm.
So it's just a great aspect to get into for any type of investor, from new
Yeah.
to very experienced.
Both of our mentors, Lonnie Scruggs, RIP, wrote a
Yep.
book, and you've got the book. And I
Yeah.
have visited this young lady. I've been to her location. I've been to her park. We've been to other parks. I've walked through houses, mobile homes with her. She is the real deal, y'all. And she's going to show us some stuff she's doing now. I guess my whole thing is when I think about rents, I'm here to tell you, Steph, my rents went from $900 in 2019 to 14, 15, $1,600 in
Yeah.
2023, Stephanie. It's just
Yeah.
unbelievable. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's just not sustainable. And that's why I wanted to bring you on, because I'm like, there is no way this country, because I know people ain't making that much more money.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is that I had this conversation with my son actually, and we were just talking about people that are making minimum wage, even though they increase minimum wage, or people that are making 12, 13, 14, $15 an hour.
Hmm.
And he was saying, Mom, how can people make a living? Like, how can they make a living, have a place to live, have a car, have a life,
Hmm.
let alone have children on top of it?
There's something.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, mobile homes are really needed because, like I said, I manage mobile home parks, but there's mobile homes where people pay from $600 a month all the way up to $1,400 a month.
Wow.
And that's a huge range. And you might be like, well, wait a minute. How can someone pay 600 and somebody pay 1,400? Well, the 600 are those people that may actually have people that pay 500. Those
Wow.
are people that own their own home, but they don't own the land that the home is on. So that's
Lot
called lot
rent.
rent.
Lot rent.
Then we
Gotcha.
have those that are like up to $1,400. Why? Because they're in a large municipal area, like near the Raleigh area.
Hmm.
They are 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, energy efficient appliances and
Got it.
Nest thermostats and I mean, laundry room built in, all kinds of extras. So yeah, people are paying that money. But like I said, I have 950, 750, 650. They can run the
Wow.
gamut. They can run the gamut.
That's what I'm telling you, man. When I finally got the realization, I think it was 2009, affordable housing ain't going nowhere. I mean,
No.
because I do a lot of Section 8, and
I do
every
too.
time what
Uh-huh.
you do se you do Section 8 in the
Oh
mobile
yeah.
home?
See, what did
Okay.
I just say? What did I just say? The great thing about mobile home investing is that
What?
you are not limited to anything. So, you know how in Section 8, those people can use their voucher to either rent or buy a home? They can
Mhm.
use it to buy a mobile home as well.
Get out of here.
Uh-huh. I did see
God.
people. I just want to break down a little bit of mobile home versus trailer versus manufactured home real quick. So,
Okay, hold on. Let me reintroduce you. If you're just joining us, we got Stephanie McAnnis, a mobile home investor, owner, broker, and just a mobile home expert. And we're going
everything.
to have some goodies for you in a few minutes. So make sure you stay tuned. She's opening up her training for you guys, nobody else, right? So make sure you stay tuned for a few more moments so she can explain. I'm sorry, Steph. So, all right, here we go. Get back to it.
No, you're good. You're good.
Get your
So,
questions in too, y'all.
yeah, a lot of people don't know the difference between manufactured home, mobile home, trailer, RV. Um, a mobile home can be a double wide or a single wide. They are
Okay.
made in a factory, but they're completely made in the factory. So just like a tiny home, just like a shed, they're completely made. They have the foundation, and then they go from the foundation up, and they make the walls and everything, close it in. Everything is fully ready to go, and they're able to take that mobile home. And the reason why they call it mobile is because you literally can pick it up with a truck.
Got it.
Hopefully you're going to use approved moving mobile home moving truck, but I've seen people pull it off with a dually.
What? They can pull it?
Yes, you can pull it with a dually,
Don't do that.
but that is a mobile
No.
home. Now, a manufactured home can also be interchanged with mobile home, but then you have those that are where they make the walls in the factory, the roof, the trusses and all that stuff, and then they bring the parts to the land, and then they start putting it together there. Okay, that's more
Got
of
it.
a manufactured type home. But a
Got it.
mobile home can be interchanged with mobile home, trailer. Some people do call them manufactured homes. Um, but most people right now call them mobile homes. That is like the traditional word for them. So when
I
I'm
didn't know
talking
that.
about mobile home, I'm talking about the ones that are already built in a factory that you see driving down the highway. I know everyone's probably seen one. That is what we consider a mobile home.
Wow. So
And it
y'all give
can be a
stuff in
double wide. It doesn't have to just be a single wide.
double wide. So explain the difference between a single and a double wide, Steph.
Okay. A single
I don't
wide
know.
is more, the measurements can be 14 by 70, 16 by 80, things like that. Think of a bus. Think of a big old Greyhound bus, maybe a little wider, but about that size, maybe a little longer. But that's considered a single wide mobile home. If you
Got it.
take two buses and put them together, that would be considered a double wide mobile home.
Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. So the parts made there, do they have different values regarding
The whole home is made in the factory. And I actually have videos of me visiting a factory. Maybe one day you can have me on. I can show that for everyone and show them how it's
what?
built from the beginning to the end. But yes, there are different levels of mobile homes. There are mobile homes right now. I say the average rate minimum is going about 20,000, and they can go all the way up to 100,000. I mean, we're talking mobile
Gracious.
homes that have sunken living rooms with fireplaces, with the
Mm,
USB ports in the wall, and
got it.
completely out with the internet and Wi-Fi and everything you can imagine in them.
Got it.
It can be done in a mobile home.
Wow, that's crazy. So the manufactured homes, do they have different values than the mobile homes, or they kind of the same type of value?
Um, they're a little different because they're built on the land. They're put together on the land. So I do not believe you're going to find one for $20,000 out of the
Got it.
factory. You may be
Got it.
able to, but they usually start in the 40s and up,
Okay, cool. So
40s and 50s.
do you do both, or what is your specialty? Are you more on mobile homes?
When you're getting into, I would say manufacture or modular homes, instead of saying manufactured, because they're manufactured goes with mobile homes.
Got it.
Okay, because they're manufactured in the factory. A
Got it.
modular home is where they're putting up the walls, putting up the pieces, and bringing it to the land. I typically deal with modular homes because once those are put on the land, they then become real property.
Mm,
They're no longer personal property, which is what a mobile home is. A mobile
got
home, manufactured home, is basically a car.
it.
It's the same thing as a car. You get a title, like a car title. You get a literal title, like a car title for your mobile home. So you're
Sweet.
not getting a deed.
Okay. Well, that lot rent. I'm guessing, Steph, lot rent can be from A to Z too.
Yeah, I mean, I know lot rent that is 150. Still, there's still people that charge only 150, 250, 300. I mean, that of course is starting to go up. And I think the reason why the lot rent is, well, it was so low because most people that had mobile home parks were mom and pop owners. What we call is, you had some land out there and you're like, hey, this land is sitting here, not making any money. Let me rent it out and at least make some money from it. You know? But yeah, it runs the gamut. The lot rents are starting to go up because a lot more companies, REITs and type things are coming in and buying up a lot of the mobile home parks. And when they're doing
Mm,
that, of course, they have to increase the rent because they have more overhead. They're coming in and renovating the parks and doing a lot of different things to upgrade the look of the park. So yeah, they pass some of that cost on to the residents.
interesting stuff, man. I just know in my gut, and I see it too. And even where we're at, Steph, I'm having to buy because I live in Hampton Roads. I'm having to
Hmm.
buy in the suburbs because rent here is 16, 17, 18, 2. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, Steph, the rent here has, I have empathy for people that rent. Is it going on where you're at too?
Oh yeah, they're $3,000 or more for a one bedroom. I feel like I'm in New York City. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, it's expand. We're not talking about in the heart of Charlotte. We're talking about outside of Charlotte. It's about $3,000.
Good
I would say our
God.
average is about 1600 a month average
Versus
bedroom.
what was it? What versus 2019 stuff? What was it?
Ooh, $700, 750,
So it's double.
$800.
It's double,
Yeah,
double.
double,
You know,
double.
yeah, I know mobile homes are the future, and even tiny homes for that. But I don't. We're not really dealing with that today. But I'm having personally, because I do single family, I got to go out
Mhm.
now. I'm going into
Oh yeah,
Franklin and Surrey County because,
yeah,
and people paying, the rents are lower, and people are commuting as opposed to paying this high rent nowadays.
yeah. Now here's the thing. I don't want to blow smoke up, anybody's. But the thing is the prices for mobile homes are going up too. Used mobile homes.
Okay,
There was a time when um there's still a way you can get it with $0. I lie to you not.
we'll
One
get that.
thing I
Everybody
am is
want to
my
know that one.
integrity. But the thing is, there are used mobile homes out here that are getting more expensive to buy. So if you're following other investors and gurus on YouTube, etc., they're telling you you can buy mobile homes, and you're starting to do some research maybe, and you're like, hey, I can't buy a mobile home for $500, or I'm not finding those. It's not that they're not out there, they are out there,
Got to
but
relook.
the prices are going up because what did I just say? REITs are getting involved in mobile homes now.
Hmm.
There's more investors getting involved in mobile homes. There's people like yourself, Chris, that were in single family houses that have a lot of experience in that area now moving into mobile homes. So, yeah, things are getting a little bit more expensive because there's a demand for them. But you still there is an opportunity. Remember, I love to think outside the box. I'm not going to share that on here, but you take that class, you'll get to hear some of that out of box way thinking that can get you mobile homes without a large budget.
I
I
love it. Let's
promise
talk about that real quick. We got 65 people on here, Stephanie. I asked you to do this for me. I'm telling y'all, I have nothing to hide. I reached out to the lady. I've been trying to get her here to do this training, man, to do this training. She did it many, many years ago. It was crazy. But she's going to be
you.
doing her 2-day virtual workshop, right? It's going to be
Mhm.
next week, next Thursday,
Next
Friday.
week.
Like, yeah, we're doing it during daytime. So, Steph, just tell them a little bit about. Do you have the link? Everything, some of the stuff we're going to be covering in there to show them what you're going to be talking about and how you can serve our community with affordable housing.
Yeah. Well, in the course, I'll be teaching you where you can find mobile homes, um, what we talked about it a little bit here. What are mobile homes? What's the difference? Um, we'll talk about seller financing. We'll talk about property management. We'll go into the different types of mobile home investing. So we did talk about lot rent and owning the home and maybe not having to deal with running toilets and going out and fixing things. We're just going to talk about pretty much anything, any questions that you have. I'm going to go into what's the difference between a mobile home and a single family house as far as electric and water. Are they all on septic? No, they're not. But where can you find mobile home parks? Are they only all the way out in the country? No, they're not. There some right here in the heart of Charlotte where people are really. There's one right by the Charlotte airport. It's
What?
huge. I think it has over 300 lots, and the airport keeps trying to buy it from them. So there are
Mm.
mobile home parks that are in really good areas or up and coming areas that if you can get the land or if you can get that park and you want to sit and wait for the appreciation, you can do it. You can do it. We're gonna get into all of that, taxes and titles and um, the difference between personal property and real property, and how do you turn a mobile home into real property if you wanted to do that? The advantages and disadvantages of investing in mobile homes, and everything,
Well,
everything.
I want to
$0
know.
to $500 budget
What'd you
to a
say?
$10,000 budget.
Oh, okay. Different budgets to invest.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go into all of that.
Well, how about people that just want to wholesale? I mean, can you even wholesale
Where
these
do you
things
think
too?
I got my $0 from? You can
Mm,
invest in mobile homes with $0. And I know when people think wholesale, they're thinking, well, don't I have to buy the home first before I can wholesale it? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You don't have to actually put money down on that home to then flip it or wholesale it to someone else. You
I
don't have
love
to
it.
do that.
I love it. So you okay, I see here you've got a workbook that you're going to be giving my people. And how about your documents? That's what's important for me. I want the lease,
Yeah.
the purchase agreement. Can you give them all that
Yeah.
stuff too, Steph?
I can give you all that stuff. Like I said, the leases are not any different than what you use for traditional homes. It just depends on what you're doing. That's one thing about mobile homes. There's so many different varieties of investing in mobile homes. There would be a different type of lease if you're doing lot rental only. So if you
Mhm.
have a park or you buy a park, that's a different type of lease than if you were going to rent the home out. If you're going to rent the home out, that's just a rental lease. I always
Yeah,
recommend just using the lease for your state. So if you have a real estate board, use that lease because it has all of the language in there that can protect you, especially if you need to go to court. There's
got it.
also other type of documents, like if you're going to do a rent to own, which I really don't call rent to own. I call it rent with the option to buy.
Mhm.
I just still stay away from that whole Dodd Frank and everything.
Yeah.
Um, but you can do a rent with the option to buy. That is its own separate paperwork. Um,
Yes.
and believe it or not, some of this paperwork you can get at Office Depot, or those type of places. You can go get those little packages where they have the lease agreement with the real estate documents.
Mhm.
You can use those, and then all you need to do is maybe update some clauses here or there based on what you're doing. Like I said,
Well,
I started from the ground with, I didn't have this. I didn't have the YouTube and somebody out there that can teach me how to do this. I had to learn baptism by fire. And I've gone through a lot of fire for y'all.
okay.
So y'all don't have to.
I cannot wait. So look, we're gonna keep going here, but the training is in the video description below. Stephanie is gonna be doing a 2-day virtual workshop. I'm gonna be there with her, helping her host it. And she's the expert. I'm learning this stuff too. I see the writing on the wall because I'm doing houses. You don't even want to know the prices that I'm having. I'm buying a daggone house, Stephanie, that's a tear down for like 110,000. I mean, and it's worth almost nothing. So the
What's
values
your
that
rehab cost
what's gonna be
traditionally?
it used to be 30 to 40. Now I'm spending 60 to 70 to rehab a regular house. It's
Mm,
crazy. I mean, every one of
yeah.
my deals, I got $300,000 out on every single deal. And I'm like, if I could just piece a little bit of that money into something like mobile homes, I'll be interested in doing that, you
Yeah,
know?
you're talking maybe a $5,000 budget on a mobile home. I mean, if you
Yeah.
really want to do it up, you can go up to 10,000, but it's not necessary.
I have to diversify. I'm just like, I see it, man. I mean, it's crazy when you do business for so long, you can kind of see things just like I
Yeah.
saw when people were moving in the suburbs. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Franklin County. Boom. We just did a deal out there. We're getting, well, anyway, so I could see people are
Mm-hmm.
looking for places with lower monthly payments. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and now they don't mind driving because they have no
Nope.
option. They have
No
no
option.
option.
Yep. Good point. Let's get some questions and stuff. So look, get registered up early. Early, super early bird registration is open now. It will change in a few days. I love all my round up people that come and take action. So, and the VIP tickets, you're gonna get in. We're gonna send you a link for the Facebook group to meet other people, and you're gonna be able to ask questions. So, general admission, you get to attend it. You can't ask questions, but VIP, you can ask questions. Both tickets, you're gonna get the workbook and all of her documents and stuff. But the VIP, you'll be able to network with other investors, ask your questions live with Steph, and get a membership to the. You're going to go inside the Facebook group. So, Stephanie, I just want to say thank you so much for sacrificing your time for this too.
No, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry I've been gone, but I'm back now, and it's something I'm passionate about. So
Do you want to
just
share
mobile
that
home.
stuff with the family, or you won't, is that we will keep that personal? I'm not. I
What
don't want to put you on the spot. I
what
don't.
me being away?
Yeah, my thing is, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
personal issues
no,
with family.
I don't. Hey, look, I'm an open book. I really am. I'm a real person. I want to put that out there. Like I had some family. issues. And I really want to share this. I had a
I've been
family
trying to
member.
I've been trying to get Stephanie. I promise you. I've been on this
Yeah,
lady. I've
yeah.
driven down there twice.
Yeah, just had a family member that was dealing with some mental health issues, schizophrenia, which
That's
is
big,
a
man.
really interesting
That's big.
diagnosis, and that took me away because we're just trying to figure out what's going on. And I honestly, since COVID, I think more and more people are dealing with a lot of mental health
You
issues
daggone right.
more and more. So that's become a passion of mine. I see it with my residents. Now I have more empathy towards my residents that I'm like looking, I think there's this issue or this issue there. Um, so yeah, that's just one of the reasons why I was away. Just family, obligations.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
didn't stop me from mobile homes and mobile home investing and doing what I was doing personally. But my main objective now is to get others to again be able to invest in some type of real estate because it's a money making opportunity, it's wealth building, and if you can do it and do it at minimal cost, it may, what I tell people, there's two options. You either have the money and don't have the time. Well, three options. You have the money and don't have the time, you have the money and you have the time, or you don't have the money but you have the time.
Mm.
So it's any of those options. You just have to figure out which one you are.
Which
It's
one you
not
want?
always about having money to make money.
That's right. I think, and even my opinion, what I've learned, Steph, is once you learn how to make money you should learn how to make money without money first, and then, and
Yes.
especially with these small dollar amounts, you can double and triple that easily.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So yes, all right. The link's in the video, right in the show notes below. Y'all get signed up. The training is going to be next Thursday and Friday, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Gregory, where can you buy a mobile home park? I don't know if she said a mobile home park. She said she got a mobile home for $0. Did you bring them
Okay,
up,
now
Steph?
I
Bring
can
those
answer
pictures
that
up.
question. I can answer that question. So that's kind of a trick question, Gregory. I would not say that you can buy a mobile home park for $0,
Yeah, I
but
don't know. You gotta.
that's really a trick question. I'll go into it more in my training. It is possible. I know you're going to be like, "What?" It is possible, but it's with seller financing,
Got it.
and it's very, very rare. It's very rare. More than likely, if you're going to buy a mobile home park, you can buy it with. I know people that have bought a mobile home park with seller financing for $10,000, but
Down.
that park needed a down, but that park needed a lot of work. So yeah, it's $0 maybe or very little to buy a park, but you're still going to need the money to get that park up and running.
Hmm.
Repairs and things like that. So
So it
that's
can
why I said it's
happen,
kind
but
of a tricky question.
yeah, don't worry, Greg. Don't be putting mobile home park. I mean, come on. Even you got closing costs with that. Who's gonna pay the closing costs? That's gonna be
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Jackie. Never knew the difference between double versus single wide homes. Me neither.
Oh, great, Jackie. Great. Yeah. I like to use the bus analogy because I mean it's about that size, maybe a little wider, but most people know what a bus look like. So
Yeah. LA Wilder, what's the process for Section 8 voucher being used to buy I guess, a mobile home? I've heard of them renting but not buying.
Mhm. Well, LA, they changed the process with Section 8, where it used to be you could only use your voucher to rent homes, mobile home, single family home. You could only use it to rent. But now, because they're promoting home ownership, you can now use that voucher to buy a home. You just whoever it is would have to talk to their local Section 8 agency to
Hmm.
find out what the process is to convert that voucher over to actually buying the home.
Got it. Got it. Uh, Marcella, hey, nice smile. Any manufacturer home that is tied down becomes real property and is tied to the land. Sounds like she knows what she's doing.
Not necessarily, Marcella. I hear what you're saying, but remember, all mobile homes are strapped down. They're all strapped down. They have hurricane straps underneath them, but they may
Mm,
have the vinyl skirting. When it becomes real property is when you take the wheels off, when you affix it to the land, usually with a brick underpinning, so it becomes
Mm,
affixed to the land.
got it.
If it still has those wheels, it still has the axles, um, that you can just get a mover to come in and put those wheels back on, put the hitch back on, and can move it, then it's still considered personal property.
Oh
Only when it
man.
gets affixed to the land does it
Wow.
become real property.
Got it. Okay. So the mobile home is you're saying it's strapped to something in the land.
It's strapped down, so it looks like trying to think. Oh, has anybody ever gotten packages like large boxes and it has those metal straps on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has those. That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like those metal straps, of course, a lot thicker, and they look like they have buckles on them.
Hmm.
And they strap them down from the front of the home, the middle of the home, and the end of the home. And those are called hurricane straps. And basically, so that if wind comes through 20 miles an hour, well, 50 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, it's not going to take that home and pull it off the land. So it's strapped down.
Stephanie, I would like for you to share some of the stuff you're working on now. I know I asked you before we got on here if we could see some pictures. Y'all
Ooh.
want to see some pictures? Put a yes in the chat. I love this stuff. The real deal. Stephanie, she took me through all type of houses when I went down there. Go down there, hit the button. It says present.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to just select your screen and you probably won't see it, but we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, I'll try to upload some of
Oh, so
these.
Marcella says yes. She meant tied down, meant to
Yeah,
a
yeah,
foundation. Yep.
that's what I thought.
Marcella, we know you know what you're doing. We
Yeah,
better when
you
she
got
talk.
this, girl.
I know she know what she's talking about.
All
We're
right,
gonna
let
get to
me
some more questions here,
see.
y'all. But while Stephanie's pulling that up, make sure you get signed up early. Super early bird registration is open right now in the show notes below to join us in a 2-day virtual training. You know how we do. We're gonna bring you maximum value. There's 2 tickets, general admission and VIP. You can ask questions in VIP. You're gonna get the recordings in VIP, and you're gonna be able to join the Facebook group and network with other people that are interested in doing mobile home investing, including Stephanie and myself.
Yeah,
You
got a
see
few
it there?
pictures.
I don't see it yet.
Yeah, it's uploading.
Oh,
Maybe too
all
big
right.
of a
Take your time.
file. Let's see.
We'll see if we got a question right here. She been selling. Oh, okay. Marcella, I am. She said she's been doing it for
Yeah,
decades. I can tell.
for decades. I know. Marcella's not a lot of us around that's been doing it for a while because people wouldn't touch them.
Yeah,
They
including
just
me.
wouldn't touch.
Gregory's not letting this go. He wants to know how. Well, if you can't get a lot for $0, how you get a? Are you
You
or one
a
of these
park
today?
for $0.
He said, if you can't get a lot, how do you get a mobile home for $0? I guess he's. Are you going over a zero
Well,
dollar one with the pictures, or is this something else?
I'm gonna go over a $0 one. For some reason, it's not uploading. Let's see.
Oh no,
No,
darn it!
let's see. Let's see. Maybe I'll just open them on my screen and then share them from here. Let's see.
If you put them on the screen, then we can just share your screen.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Michael, everybody wants to know $0. Here's the thing: I don't focus on the $0 aspect because in my mind, it's taking me to a place that you know it's not duplicatable every day. I want to know what's duplicatable because $0 stuff, even anything, doesn't come. It just doesn't come around all day every day, or does it, Stephanie?
All these trick questions.
I'm just saying, if you're only focused on $0 stuff, you're gonna be.
Here's the
I
thing.
feel
I
like it's a
wouldn't
box.
focus on $0 stuff. Well, I'm not going to say that. There's a way to focus on $0 stuff, but the $0 stuff that I'm talking about is what you mentioned, which was wholesaling.
Yeah. So
So,
you're getting in.
you're going to get it for $0. Doesn't mean that it doesn't cost anything. It's just that you're not going to put any money out of pocket. And then you're going to be able to flip it to those people who don't have the time. They have the money, but they don't have the time.
There you
So,
go.
yeah. So I'm
So
not
you're
doing any kind of thing tricky here, but I'm just letting you know there's ways of investing in mobile homes for $0.
what I've seen you, Stephanie. I've seen you. acquire units for $500 where the people had left and they were like, look, we don't want the unit. I've seen you do it.
Yeah. And I just saw one on Facebook yesterday.
What do
$0. Person was like, "Hey, I got a piece of land, and I don't want this mobile home that's sitting on here. If you want it, come get it. You just have to move it."
Look at that.
And it was $0.
There you go, Gregory. They'll give I've been into units that Stephanie has people have given her. I
Mhm.
think people give them away because they don't want the hassle of dealing with it.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, you
they
live
don't.
here, Steph.
All right, so I'm going to show some pictures here. Let's see.
Give us the
It'll open
backstory
up.
on this. Isn't this exciting, y'all? Give Stephanie a thumbs up, man. I've been trying to get this lady on here for 2 years.
All right, so here we go. I have some pictures of a mobile home. Pull it up. Let me know if you can see my screen, Chris.
I see you clicking around. I see the PDF and I see the mobile home
All
questions.
right, so you're not able to see this. Hold on.
You might have to go back out and
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back out. Give
select
me one
entire.
second.
It'll ask you what do you want to show and put entire screen.
Yeah, we can go back.
So thanks for bearing with. Look at that. Somebody's agreeing. Marcella,
Bear
I've
with
given them
me.
away too. She's so she's there you go. She's giving them away. They're not pretty, but they're
Okay.
free.
Let's see. I'm clicking entire screen and
Marcella
share.
just bought one
Okay.
for $4,000. Just can't find the land. Look at that. Y'all might be able to
All
do
right.
some
Can you
business
see my
together.
screen now?
I see the building.
Okay. So this is a mobile home, and if you look right here in the window, it says for sale. So
Okay.
this is a mobile home park. And if you drive through mobile home parks, you will see this occasionally where someone is selling their mobile home park. Their
Mhm.
mobile home. I was able to pick this mobile home up. Um, for with this one, I was able to get it for $2,000. Because the person just needed to move and there was some damage inside. They didn't want to have to clean up or anything. So I'm going to show you some pictures of the interior of this home.
Yeah. This
All
is
right.
so exciting
So
stuff.
here's pictures of the interior, as you can see. You can see that the floor is pretty damaged. You can look back here, and
Is
you can
that
see
dirt?
that the wall, it's
Just dirt and oil
dirt,
and stuff?
mold.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a combination of
Mm.
a whole lot of different things.
Real
All
quick, Steph,
right.
what's the backstory? What's the
Then we're gonna
backstory
look
on this
at
lady here? What's the backstory on this person, Steph? Did she say?
this home. Actually, this person actually was deceased. They
Okay.
passed away, and the family didn't want the home. They didn't want the home, so they were like, "Hey, we just want to get rid of it. Um, Give us $1,000 for it, and you can have it," kind of
Got
thing.
it. Got it.
And so I went in and I purchased the home. And as you can see, like this is the bathroom. You can see the floors are in a little rough shape. For whatever reason, it looks like they had carpet in the bathroom. Don't know why,
Mm.
but
Mm,
they had
terrible.
carpet in the bathroom, and I guess they started pulling it up.
Mhm.
Here's here's the one of the bedrooms. As you can see, carpet. They left air conditioning behind, and the blinds are pretty bad.
Mhm.
Um, it's just the same home. Want to show you a home that I actually got. I'm going to show the exterior of one of the homes. Oh, hold on, let me go back.
I'll take you out
This
real
is a
quick.
home that I just got right
Oh, I know
here.
what it is. It wouldn't save to your computer. You got it saved up in the cloud somewhere.
Yeah. So this is a home that I got. And I know you're looking at all the garbage outside, but here's the thing. I got this home for $0. This is another home that someone passed away, and I was able to get this home. And all the stuff that you're seeing outside is the new owners came in and started cleaning up the home.
Mm.
So they started taking all the stuff, throwing it outside, and they're going to do the dumpster and they're going to do all that stuff. The reason why I have this picture is to show you that you do not have to have a lot of money. There's a lot of
Mm.
people that will look at a home like this and go, there's no way I'm going to be able to buy this home, even if it was free. There's no way I'm going to be able to. I don't have the money to get a dumpster. I don't have the time to clean it out. I can't pay
Mhm.
someone to clean it out. I don't have time to do the renovation, all the stuff, right?
Mhm.
I was able to get this home and sell it for $7,000 as is, with all the junk in it.
Hold up. Say that again, Steph.
I was able to get this home for $0, sell it as is. You see all that junk outside, and that's only part of the junk. They also have to do floors and everything else. I was able to sell that home for $7,000.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
$7,000. I'm going to stop sharing.
Yeah,
So,
all right. Yeah.
just to show you that it's possible to get these types of homes. You saw all that junk. I paid $0 for that home. Then I was able to find someone to flip that home to, and not an investor, somebody that is going to live in that home.
Yeah.
But what they wanted was they needed a 3-bedroom home. Like you said, things are expensive. They can't find a house, or the rent is expensive. So they were able to buy that home, pay cash. Well, actually, they were doing seller financing. So they put down a significant amount of money, and then they're going to make monthly payments. I'm only going to have it financed for 2 years. And I'm making $7,000 on that home. And I put $0 out of pocket. No cleaning costs, no anything. The only cost I have was the gas that I had to drive from my place to that place.
Okay. We're going to keep going here. I got some more questions, but listen, round up, homies. We're opening it up right now. The link is in the show notes below. Stephanie's 2-day virtual workshop was going to be next week. So get the dates and all the times if you want to join us to learn how to do this. Stephanie is a master, been doing this since 2007, and I've personally been to her lot. I've seen her in action. So thank you so much. Y'all go down there and check it out. At least save it, and super early registration will be ending soon. We'll open it up right now.
And for those of you that do come to the class, I have a bonus that I'm going to talk about during this training that I didn't talk about in my previous trainings or anywhere else. And you don't hear many people talking about it. Marcella probably can account to this, is getting the titles for mobile homes. When you don't know where the title, where there's people that get these mobile homes and they're used mobile homes, they may be old, or the person passed away and the family doesn't have the title, they can't find the title, or maybe there never was a title because whoever bought it from before bought it on a bill of sale and never got the title. I'm going to help people. I'm actually in the process of writing a how-to manual on how to get the title for mobile homes when you don't have the title.
Okay. So when it's been lost.
It's been lost. So think of you having a car. You have your car and you lost the title to your car.
Yeah.
Right? But now maybe you lost the title to the car and you have none of the information. And you want to be able to get that title. Now with the car, it's easy. You can probably go to DMV, pull up your name and get the car title. But when it's a mobile home, most mobile homes have been sold multiple times from one owner to another, to another, to another, to another, especially if they're older homes, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. A lot of times these things get flipped over from one person to another for various reasons, and the title does not go along with it. I'll be able to go a little bit into how to get the titles for these mobile homes.
Sweet. That's cool. Does that happen frequently, Steph?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You have a lot of mobile home park owners that have bought parks and they don't have any titles, or they have very few titles for the homes that are in the park. Now they're renting them. They're doing everything they want to do with that home. But if someone comes back from the past and goes, "That's my home and I want to get it back."
Oh, wow.
There's ways to be able to prevent them from doing that, but you want to protect yourself by having that title, by
That's
being
nasty.
able to say, "This is my home."
Yeah, that's nasty right there.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi says, how do you move a mobile home and where do you put it? Or I guess if you're talking about wholesaling. She says, I don't. Go ahead.
So that you have kind of two different questions there. So how do you move a mobile home? We talked about that a little bit. That it basically, there are mobile home movers. It looks like big tow trucks. Think of a tow truck that would tow a 18-wheeler. It kind of looks like that. And they're able to come in, lift that mobile home up, put it on wheels, and take it down the road and get to where you need to go. Of course, you need to check with your municipality. You need to get moving permits, etc. It's not as simple as I see a mobile home, I'm just going to pick it up and move it. You do have to go through all the permitting processes.
I didn't know that.
Except for Bubba, that will use his dually to grab it. But other than that, or the mama that'll go out and just grab one with their dually and take it down the road. But
Mhm.
that's how you move a mobile home. Now, as far as moving it to wholesale it, you don't need to move the home to wholesale it. You want to wholesale it to somebody that's willing to buy the home, and they will move the home.
Got it.
You're
Good
just
one.
finding
Good,
them
good.
the home because you have the time to do so and hooking them up with that lead.
Good, good. Wholesaling, I guess, just like a house. You just get in and get
Yeah,
out.
just yep, get in, get out.
Brian wants to know, what's the most challenging aspect of managing a profitable mobile home park?
Hmm.
Because you got no doubt. So I mean, I can only imagine the personalities that you got to deal with, and they're all together in the thing. I mean,
They're all together.
is it
Yeah.
sometimes somebody doesn't like this person, I don't like that person, or this person messing with my cousin? Do you deal with that too?
Yeah, you deal with that. You deal with the pets. You deal with, cats. I don't know why cats love mobile home parks, but they do. Um, I would say the most challenging part, it's no different than if you were managing an apartment complex or
Yeah,
anything like that. It's just
people.
normal,
It's people.
everyday management challenges. It's not going to be any different because it's a mobile home park versus an
Got it.
apartment
Got it.
complex, or if you own a bunch of single family houses.
Mobile homes. Gregory, if you don't see the link, just refresh your screen. It's right there. In fact, I'll put that link in the chat here so you can have it as well. Sorry about that. Gregory, Heidi wants to know, how do you get comps from mobile homes, Steph?
Okay, now, Heidi, that's an interesting question. No comps for mobile homes. There's really
Really?
not any comps for mobile homes. It's not like single family houses where you can go out and say, well, this 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom single family house with a kitchen and a garage and da 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 sold for X. So
Yeah.
therefore, this home should sell for this.
Mhm.
It doesn't really work like that with mobile homes. I know they have the NADA guide that you can get for mobile homes, the blue book like you do for cars. Those are not very accurate. Really, comps for mobile homes come from your area. You get to determine from your area, looking, talking, and networking with other mobile home investors, or seeing what other people are selling their homes for or renting them for, to be able to determine what you're going to sell or rent your home for. Now, you can
Mm,
get rent comps for mobile homes, but the actual comparables for selling your mobile home, my 2 bedroom versus your 2 bedroom, there's really not comps out there because, like I said, I just got that mobile home for free. So you can't use that comp, right? You can't use it because it's free. Or if I get a mobile home that needs a lot of work on it and I get it
you
for
are too much.
$3,000, you can't use that comp.
Mm.
So, it's just kind of difficult to use comps.
I'm thinking like real estate from my experience is the houses we do, it's more of a feel. Like when you
Hmm.
walk into and I want to ask you,
Hmm.
is it, if you look at it, and I guess is the value
Yes.
on what the end user feels
Yes.
that too when you walk?
It's more of a feel. It's also what you're looking, believe it or not, what you're looking to make as a profit. Um, Now, I want to go back. Remember, we're talking mobile homes that can be moved. So we're not talking about homes that are mobile homes or manufactured homes that are affixed to the land. Now, those you can come up with comparables on because
Mm,
they are now real property. So you
got it.
can come up with a value, and you can get comps on those. But we're
Got
talking
it.
about the ones with the axles and the wheels. I'm not saying that you cannot get comps, but it's not like you can go to a website and click and get comps. You have to do some work to try to figure out what the value of that mobile home is and what do you want to sell it for. But again, it goes back to that feel, it goes back to your market. You have to know your market.
So
You
can you
have to
tell
know
us?
your market.
You could come with some of that stuff too, Steph, in the training because I don't know how to. I mean,
Yeah, I talk about knowing your market and how to get to know your market and how to figure out what to rent a home for and those types of things. Even some management challenges as well.
cool. Okay. All right, y'all. I had Stephanie for an hour. I got to let her get out of here. So, look, there's a link. Stephanie has agreed to do a 2-day virtual workshop. You can join right from the comfort of your phone or your TV or whatever. It's going to be next Thursday and Friday. And we're going to do several hours starting at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard. Thank goodness Stephanie's on East Coast time. And we're going to be covering all this stuff, how to structure your lease. I'm looking at it here. I estimate the repairs. That's a big one, Steph. Estimating
Hmm.
repairs. Because, I mean, it ain't like a
Estimate the
house.
repairs. Yeah. Yeah.
You're going in this stuff. Where do
I'm
you
going
get?
to go into that and we're going to talk about, where you can get your supplies from mobile homes. A lot of people think you can't go to a traditional, hardware
Always
store,
more.
yeah, like a Home Depot, Ace, and all these places, but you can. You can go to those places to get your supplies. Now, do you want to? We'll talk about that in the training.
Sweet, man. Sweet. Thank you. All right. We got 60 people on still here. You guys, thank you for joining us. Steph, mobile home business. I'm presuming this has been the business that is that has sustained you over time.
Yes.
Uh, would you recommend for people because I'm not a big advocate of wholesaling. That's when I talk about like no money down and all that stuff. I
Hmm.
mean, everybody that's just such a buzzword. I'm like,
Hmm.
you just can't
Yeah.
build. Well, I don't want to say can't. I wasn't able to build an empire focusing on all no money stuff, and I just don't want.
No, you can't. You're not going to be able to build an empire or something where it's long term doing
Yeah,
that. Now, I use that as I like to have buckets, like you said, diversify. I have buckets. So there's buckets in mobile home investing. You can wholesale as well as have some rentals, as well as have some, trying to buy a mobile home park, eventually getting up to that level when we're going to talk about those different buckets. But to
good.
get in for those people who are trying to get into real estate,
Yeah,
you can you don't have the excuse of saying I don't have any money. I have zero money, so I can't do it.
got it.
That's what I'm trying to encourage.
Okay, all right, all right, guys. So get signed up. The link's right in the show notes below. If you don't see it, just refresh your screen, and we look forward to seeing you on the next training. Stephanie, thank you so much. We'll be in
Thank
touch.
you.
All right,
All right.
Roundup.
Bye.
Subscribe to the channel, like all that good stuff, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you at the training. Peace.
Bye.